coffee this morning, or chose what to wear, or even clicked on this video, did you actually decide to do it? Or was that action pre-programmed billions of years ago? To answer that, we have to look at the classical physics model of reality. This diagram shows how every physical object in the universe, including your own brain, is constructed from exactly 12 foundational subatomic particles. In this classical model, these building blocks behave with absolute mathematical precision. They interact and collide with each other in highly rigid, predictable ways. Imagine a supercomputer capable of seeing all of this. If it knew the exact position and momentum of every particle right now, it could perfectly calculate exactly where they will go next, mapping out the entire future of the universe with absolute certainty. Under this framework, your life is a chemical chain reaction set off by the Big Bang. If you accept that strict mechanical logic, free will is a complete illusion. But to see if that rigid model holds up, we need to zoom past the human scale, past cells and molecules, all the way down to the lowest level of physical reality. Down here, the predictable machine model fails. The rulebook is rewritten by quantum mechanics. This animation illustrates quantum probability. Notice how the fundamental particle isn't a fixed solid object. Until observed, it exists as a fluctuating cloud of possibilities. Measuring the particle forces it to pick a state, injecting genuine, unpredictable new information into the universe. Because the very building blocks of reality generate unpredictable new data every single second, mapping out a perfectly pre-calculated future is physically impossible. That unpredictability scales up. When we move from isolated subatomic particles to large, complex physical systems, we run into the second law of thermodynamics. The core rule of this law is that in any closed system, the overall level of disorder, known as entropy, must continuously increase over time. This diagram demonstrates how a highly organized structure inevitably scatters and degrades. Because entropy only moves in one direction, the universe cannot return to a previous, orderly state. Every moment that passes creates a more complex, less predictable configuration of matter. This constant drift toward disorder means that the information required to describe the future doesn't exist yet. The universe is physically incapable of following a script that hasn't been written. Let's bring this all the way back up to the macro scale, to your everyday human experience. The probabilistic nature of our particles means the human experience is not the movement of a cog in a predetermined machine. This physics gives us an actionable way to look at agency. We can call it the butterfly leverage. The human brain functions as a highly sensitive, chaotic system, a biological network where every electrical pulse responds to the slightest shift. Inside that system, your tiniest micro-decisions are unscripted quantum events firing across your synapses. Because the system is chaotic, those micro-decisions are highly leveraged. A single unscripted thought rapidly cascades into a massive chain reaction, creating unpredictable life outcomes. This sensitivity is what allows for true choice. By acting as the initial trigger in a chaotic cascade, your smallest decisions steer the direction of the next unpredictable outcome. Quantum probability and chaos provide the architecture that makes your influence on the future possible.